Welcome to Final Whistle Football News, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My third news is Man United target, wanted in £26 million Barcelona deal. Despite Marcus Rashford change of heart, Barcelona are reportedly planning for the future with a move for Karl de Jong, a striker who is also on the radar of Manchester United and could impact Marcus Rashford's future. Barcelona are said to be tracking Manchester United-linked Karl de Jong as a potential long-term successor to Robert Lewandowski, a move which could impact Marcus Rashford's future at the new camp. The Red Devils' loanee has enjoyed an excellent start to life in Spain. Rashford has netted 5 times and provided 7 assists in 13 outings so far this season. The temporary switch includes an option for the La Liga giants to make his stay permanent at the end of the season, which is believed to be in the region of £26.2 million, €30 million. Both club and player are understood to be satisfied with the arrangement, and barring any setbacks, the England international is expected to complete a permanent transfer to the new camp. Hansi Flick has predominantly deployed Rashford on the left, with Lewandowski operating through the middle and Rafinha on the right. However, the Englishman demonstrated his versatility by excelling in a central role during a win over Olympiacos in the UEFA Champions League earlier this month. Speaking to reporters after the 6-1 thrashing, Flick commented on Rashford's versatility. "Marcus can be a number 9 or a number 11, said the Barcelona boss. "When we think of him, we value the fact that he can play in more than one position. He has given us a lot of positives and, of course, he can play as a centre-forward." Lewandowski has been managed carefully by the Spanish champions in what might prove to be his final season at the club. It remains unclear whether the 37-year-old striker will pen a contract extension, but speculation has already begun to circulate, suggesting the club is preparing for his exit. According to reports in Spain, as quoted by the Manchester Evening News, Barcelona and Real Madrid are keen to capitalize on the release clause in de Jong's contract at Levante. The report claims that United, Manchester City, and Arsenal are also interested in the 22-year-old forward. The report suggests that the release clause for Spanish clubs is set at €30 million, £26.4 million, while Premier League teams would have to pay a significantly higher €40 million, £35.2 million, to secure his services. Having kicked off the season with Villarreal before switching to Levante at the end of the summer transfer window, de Jong would be ineligible to play for Barcelona if they were to snap him up in January. This is due to La Liga regulations, which permit players to represent more than 2 teams in a single season. For Rashford, de Jong's potential arrival might not cause much of a stir. His adaptability on the pitch has already been praised by Flick, with his ability to operate both out wide and centrally likely to prove advantageous. The United loanee will be hoping to continue his excellent vein of form when Barcelona return to action this weekend. On Sunday afternoon, the Catalan giants will host Elche as they look to get back to winning ways after losing to Real Madrid in El Clásico. My second news is Chelsea and Man United lining up move for 18-year-old Real Madrid target. Chelsea and Manchester United are reportedly on signing the highly rated RB Salzburg winger Kerem Alijbegovic. The 18-year-old has attracted the attention of top teams with his performance, and a report from Defensa Central claims that Real Madrid are interested in the player as well. Alijbegovic has 7 goal contributions for Salzburg this season. Chelsea and Man United are tracking Kerem Alijbegovic. Chelsea and Manchester United could certainly use more quality on the flanks, and the 18-year-old would be a long-term acquisition for them. The opportunity to move to the Premier League will be tempting for the player. It would be a massive step up in his career, and he will look to prove himself at the highest level if the move goes through. It will be interesting to see if the 2 Premier League clubs decide to follow up on their interest with an official proposal to get the deal done. They are among the biggest clubs in the world, and the opportunity to join them will be attractive for the young attacker. Real Madrid keen on Alijbegovic. Similarly, Real Madrid are widely regarded as the biggest club in the world, and the opportunity to join them will be hard to turn down for Alijbegovic. It will be interesting to see where he ends up. It is fair to assume that all three clubs have the resources to get the deal across the line. Alij Begovic is a promising young player with a bright future, and he needs to focus on his development now. He needs to choose his next destination carefully. Sitting on the bench at a big club will not benefit him. It could be detrimental to his development. He needs to join a club where he will get ample opportunities and a clear pathway to the first team. The attacker must seek game-time assurances before joining a new club. My third news is Sadiq Khan warns Arsenal face clear obstacles with £500 million Emirates Stadium plans. Sir Sadiq Khan spoke about Arsenal's plans for the Emirates Stadium while announcing his Violence Reduction Unit, VRU, is partnering with 17 London clubs to tackle violence and exploitation. Mayor of London Sir Sadiq Khan has warned Arsenal they will face many obstacles on their path to extending the Emirates Stadium. At the start of the month, it was claimed the club are exploring plans to extend the home of the Gunners to a capacity of over 70,000 people. Currently, 60,700 people pack into the stadium, which was officially opened in July 2006. With the fans and the club working together to improve the atmosphere in North London, the news would have been welcomed by supporters. It also stated the club may look to spend time at Wembley Stadium while the extension is constructed, in a similar arrangement to Tottenham Hotspur when their new ground was constructed. Khan, who was at Wembley Stadium to announce his Violence Reduction Unit, VRU, is partnering with the community foundations of all 17 of London's professional football clubs in a major boost to tackling violence and exploitation, was also enthusiastic about the idea. Every word Mikel Arteta said on Brighton, Dauman, Harram and Anis, changes and cup progression. Alan Shearer can't believe what he's seeing with Arsenal star and refuses to stay silent. However, the mayor also had a warning for the current Premier League leaders. Speaking exclusively to Football.London, he said, "At the moment, bearing in mind Arsenal's league position, they are walking on water. I can understand why a Premier League club would want to increase their capacity. We know the additional revenues it brings into the club, but also it means that ordinary fans can get to see the team they love. I think West Ham's got the biggest capacity in the London Stadium. Spurs aren't far behind. Arsenal have got a huge fan base. There's clearly obstacles in relation to the local council and local residents and stuff. But I think anybody who understands the power of football will understand why all clubs, whether you're Arsenal, whether you're Liverpool, whether you're Everton, whether you're United, are thinking about increasing capacity." Arsenal's stadium extending aspirations were reported by The Telegraph. If the Gunners were able to amass a 70,000-seater plus stadium, it would be the largest ground in the capital, barring Wembley Stadium. It would also become the second largest Premier League stadium, only lagging behind Old Trafford, which could soon be demolished and replaced by another huge stadium. Moreover, the waiting list for an Arsenal season ticket is believed to be at around 100,000. Many fans have been stuck on the list for years. In an era where Premier League profit and sustainability rules, PSR, and financial fair play, FFP, regulations are breathing down teams' necks, a stadium increase would pump millions into the club. However, it's also understood an extension could cost as much as £500 million. They are yet to reach the planning permission stage, which could reportedly take around 5 years. My last news is Chelsea sent exciting offer to Kenan Yildiz as Maresca hatches new Cole Palmer plan. Chelsea have already reached out for discussions with the representatives of Juventus sensation Kenan Yildiz, with Enzo Maresca hatching a new tactical plan involving Cole Palmer. The West Londoners have lost 3 out of their last 5 Premier League games and narrowly escaped with a thrilling 4-3 win away to bottom-side Wolves in the Carabao Cup earlier this week, despite spending nearly £300 million in the summer transfer window. There is clearly still work to be done from Chelsea's perspective, and reports suggest that Juventus are even taking an interest in Maresca ahead of next summer. The old lady appointed Luciano Spalletti on an interim basis until the end of the season, but if that doesn't work out and Maresca fails to turn the tide at Stamford Bridge, a move to Juve could be on the cards in 2026. In the meantime, Chelsea's manager is surely tasked with finishing in the top 4 at the very least, and preferably adding more silverware to the club's trophy cabinet after their Conference League and Club World Cup triumphs earlier this year. According to some reports, Maresca is still quite unhappy with the options he has at Chelsea right now, so January could be a key month despite heavy summer backing in the market. Chelsea have already reached out for discussions with the representatives of Juventus sensation Kenan Yildiz, with Enzo Maresca hatching a new tactical plan involving Cole Palmer. The West Londoners have lost 3 out of their last 5 Premier League games and narrowly escaped with a thrilling 4-3 win away to bottom-side Wolves in the Carabao Cup earlier this week. Despite spending nearly £300 million in the summer transfer window, there is clearly still work to be done from Chelsea's perspective, and reports suggest that Juventus are even taking an interest in Maresca ahead of next summer. The old lady appointed Luciano Spalletti on an interim basis until the end of the season, but if that doesn't work out and Maresca fails to turn the tide at Stamford Bridge, a move to Juve could be on the cards in 2026. Enzo Maresca Chelsea Premier League. In the meantime, Chelsea's manager is surely tasked with finishing in the top 4 at the very least, and preferably adding more silverware to the club's trophy cabinet after their Conference League and Club World Cup triumphs earlier this year. According to some reports, Maresca is still quite unhappy with the options he has at Chelsea right now, so January could be a key month despite heavy summer backing in the market. Maresca is not content with the squad he's got and was far from behind a lot of the recruitment we did this summer and feels his squad still lacks a lot of key elements in some positions, wrote journalist Simon Phillips, via his Substack, in September. SPTC sources have heard that there is definite tension between Maresca and the board. The most obvious area Chelsea are short in is centre-back, with ex-midfielder John Obi Mikel claiming that the Blues will get nowhere near a Premier League title boasting that backline. "We just don't have good enough defenders. We don't have good enough defenders," said Mikel on his Obi-Wan podcast. "The defenders that we have right now, the centre-backs that we have right now, we can't win the Premier League with those centre-backs. We can't win the Premier League." Ahead of the winter window's opening, reports suggest that Chelsea are prioritising a new centre-back, with Levi Colwill expected to be out until spring 2026 after rupturing his ACL in pre-season. Chelsea make very exciting Yildiz offer amid Cole Palmer plan. Fabrizio Romano says that Chelsea really like the Turkey international who's dazzled as Juve star attacker since the beginning of last season. The most obvious area Chelsea are short in is centre-back, with ex-midfielder John Obi Mikel claiming that the Blues will get nowhere near a Premier League title boasting that backline. "We just don't have good enough defenders. We don't have good enough defenders," said Mikel on his Obi-Wan podcast. "The defenders that we have right now, the centre-backs that we have right now, we can't win the Premier League with those centre-backs. We can't win the Premier League." Ahead of the winter window's opening, reports suggest that Chelsea are prioritising a new centre-back, with Levi Colwill expected to be out until spring 2026 after rupturing his ACL in pre-season. Chelsea make very exciting Yildiz offer amid Cole Palmer plan. Fabrizio Romano says that Chelsea really like the Turkey international who's dazzled as Juve star attacker since the beginning of last season. He has 7 goal contributions in 12 appearances already this term, attracting serious interest from Stamford Bridge. According to Team Talk, Chelsea have discreetly reached out to Yildiz's camp with a very exciting offer to join them, and Italian insiders are adamant that Maresca's side are in pole position to land him. This comes as Maresca hatches a plan to partner the young Turk with Palmer up front, as Chelsea see him as the ideal player to link up with their England superstar. However, there are major obstacles to overcome in this would-be transfer, mainly Juve's minimum demand of around £79 million, with Real Madrid also in the race. Los Blancos are described as a major threat to Chelsea in pursuit of Yildiz, and the player is apparently very enticed by Xabi Alonso's side as a possible destination. There is also the matter of Juve apparently stepping up new contract talks to keep him out of rival clutches, so Chelsea could have to launch the kitchen sink if this move has any chance of happening. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Final Whistle Football News, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumor.